Thank you.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Asheville. Strong. Good to be here. Good to see you. Let's begin with our opening song, Rise and Shine. I would welcome you to stand if you are willing and clap along, sing along, and we'll see how it goes. 1, 2, 3.
Voice of life comes through your heart. Now is the time to hear the call and find a way to shine. The voice of life comes through your heart. Now is the time to hear the call and find a way to shine, shine, shine. Ring, rise, let your voice sing of blessings to the earth and all who call it home. Rise, let your voice ring, rise, let your voice sing of living, a blessing, and shining with love today, shining with love today. Shining with love today, shining with love today.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Center for Spiritual Asheville, strong. Absolutely. We are Center for Spiritual Living Asheville Strong, and I want to welcome all of you here today. My name is Chaplain Judith Loniak. I am president of the Board of Trustees, and I'm a licensed practitioner here at Center for Spiritual Living. I want to ask you to do one thing right now, and that's please silence your cell phones. And but feel free to text and shoot pictures and post on Facebook or whatever your social platform is, and let everybody know that we are here and out into the world. So I wanted to tell you, in addition to the flyers that we have in the social hall and the bathrooms about events and information going on in the center, in the foyer window, we have a listing of the next 2 weeks' activities here at the center. Feel free to take a picture, and that way you are always in the know. So we have a few invitations to talk to you about. First thing, First thing, Better Together. Our Diversity and Inclusion Discussion Group meets today at 12:30 p.m. in Pisgah Forest Hall, which was formerly known as the Education Building. And Kristen Hilligus is hosting another Healing Serenity Sound Bath at 1 p.m. in Looking Glass Hall. That is an awesome, awesome experience. If you haven't experienced it yet, I invite you to go up and just ohm yourself into bliss. Oh, I know that sound. Welcome to Friday Night Spirit Express. Every Friday at 7 p.m. we have something happening here. On March 14th, we have karaoke, and I think that's with Breezy. And that's a love offering to participate in that. We appreciate that. And on March 21st is a dance party and music jam. So show up, put on your spats, and let's kick our heels up. Our board member of the day is R.J. Taylor. R.J., would you stand? And just wave at everybody. He will be available in the Waterhouse Social Hall after the celebration. Our practitioner of the day is Athena Villa. She will be sharing a spiritual mind treatment with us shortly. Okay. I want to thank you to Amika for holding spiritual energy for a powerful and peaceful Sunday. And I guess you noticed that Reverend Suzi's coming up right now, and here she is.
Never know where I might pop up. So you know what? We have a very special guest, and some of you came early enough to hear a little taste of Matt Venuti. Tomorrow night, you're going to want to be here tomorrow night, and I know many of you, we had a great celebration here yesterday. This place was filled with 300 people, which always scares me when we do something on a Saturday, because that means on Sunday, everybody thinks they've already been to church. So, or they don't turn their clocks up. So. But you don't want to miss, even if you were here yesterday, you're here today, you don't want to miss Monday night's concert with Matt Venuti. It is a full experience of sound and visuals. And I'm going to play the video real quick. Bring those lights down if you would. But you know what? I'm going to have Matt Venuti tell you about what's going to happen tomorrow night. Come on up. Matt Venuti, everybody.
Thank you so much, Reverend Suzi. I love the, and it's I don't know why I gave you a portrait mode of that. I thought maybe you'd be watching it on your phone, but the screen will be the entire screen tomorrow night. So basically, I have an array of instruments. These are only just a small part of my array of instruments, electronic and acoustic, and I perform a live soundtrack to visuals that I've shot around the country. And when I was artist in residence in some of the national parks, including Shenandoah, the Everglades, and others. But it's really stunning footage, and at a certain point we go up into space, and obviously I didn't shoot that visual, but I'm doing a live soundtrack to it with a looper and with this electronic valve instrument, creating symphonic and world and grooves and all kinds of different music and sounds. It's kind of like somebody, actually a very prominent sound healer said that it was a music and visual sound bath. And I guess that's one way to describe it. So, but anyway, I really hope you'll make it. It's really special, and it's really special for me to be here. I've been following this woman around from Sarasota. I finally tracked you down in Asheville, so
Terrific.
Thank you. She's awesome, and thank you guys for having me here.
So what he said, you don't want to miss tomorrow night, and if you have to miss tomorrow night or you're not interested for some crazy, insane reason, please tell your friends because they're smart enough to know they want to be here tomorrow night. All right? We're all smart enough to know.
Okay, thank you, thank you, Susie, thank you, Matt. Again, I want to thank Amika Venturi for holding our spiritual energy for a powerful and peaceful Sunday celebration. This is what we call High Watch. We'd like to thank all the hearts and hands that make this day and this place special. As the candle is already lit, please join me in going within. Let the chakra bowls align us and the tinctures call us to attention.
God is all there is. God is infinite time and space. God is each and every one of us. God is gratitude. God is forgiveness. God is the thought on your mind right now. God is. I am peace, I am flow, I am ease, I am joy, I am one with this infinite source. I am one with each and every one of you. We are all connected. We are all one. And this is what I know for this divine container. This room, this space, this place that's known as the Centers for Spiritual Living, Asheville. This is what I know for each and every one of us. I know that we are part of an amazing international global tribe that spans this world and beyond, and that each and every one of us are activated and opened up to do our great work, our path, our divine love, our heart. I know for each and every one of us that we are showered with abundance, that we have plenty of money to share and to spare today and always, that whatever it is that you are choosing to create in this moment, you are abundantly supplied. No reason to worry about the how or the why, just knowing what it is that your heart is choosing to create. I know for each and every one of us that we are on our beloved path, and that this path is wide open. Whatever it is that we are working on, books, stories, movies, television shows, dresses, business, whatever it is, the idea is conceived in the mind of God right here and right now. Simply ask. Ask for a divine idea right here, and it shall be implanted into you right here and right now. And I know for each and every one of us that we are beloved in our body temple, that from the top of our heads to the tips of our toes, that we are aligned with that pattern, that divine pattern of the one. And anything that no longer serves us is released into the nothingness from whence it came. And again, right now, just asking, whatever it is, if it's a sadness, illness, whatever, release it into the nothingness from whence it came. Never to come back to this body, anybody in this place, as our body temple is beloved, it is honored, it is sacred. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful for this place. I am so grateful for each and every one of you to be motivated to do your thing, that the motivation is here. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for the blessing, for the money. I'm grateful for the impulsion, the impetus, the wanting, the desire. I'm grateful for the path. And I'm grateful. Let us be grateful for this container that we're wrapped in. Bless it, love it, honor it. I release these words into law, knowing that it is already done in the mind of God, Goddess, and so it is.
I'm going to invite Matt Venuti back up.
I realize that there's no special place to breathe. It could be anywhere right here in traffic, while you're reading the newspaper or listening to the news. So that's where this song came from. I don't need more words, enough has been said. I don't need more thoughts, there's enough in my head. I don't need to run away, no need to impress, no need for victory. I don't need more love when love wants to hide. And don't need more sorrow when it passes by. I just want to close my eyes. I just want to close my eyes and breathe. I don't need more grudges to have and to hold. I don't need to be afraid of growing old. And I don't need to sell my soul for what I don't believe. I don't need more road maps to heaven or hell. I don't need to save the world from itself. I just want to close my eyes. I just want to close my eyes and breathe. Don't need telephone, radio, TV, politics, media, dividing you and me. I don't need a miracle to take me to my knees. I just want to close my eyes. I just want to close my eyes.
So what do you think, guys? So before we get started on the normal course of events, I want to say yesterday was powerful and special. I hope that you can feel the vibration, the frequency, the energy, the spirit in the room. We had 300 people here. And it was a beautiful, beautiful celebration of Lady Gloria's life. And so this place is filled with the frequency of cosmic wonder women and wonder men. It's really fabulous. It was so beautiful. Wow. Amazing sharing. That woman was an amazing powerhouse, beyond what I even knew. And then we threw flowers in the creek, and then we had a white dove release, and then we had food for days, which, by the way, you all will be eating and taking some home today. So lucky you. But I just wanted to share that for those of you who didn't get an opportunity to get here. We did live stream it. I'm not sure if we have a recording of it. We might, so I'll keep you posted in case you wanted to look. But that being said, I also want to say that it took all week long a lot of people from this spiritual community working very hard and mostly working very lovingly to make it a beautiful, beautiful day and a beautiful tribute to Lady Gloria. If you were one of the people that helped in any way, please stand up and be recognized. I actually think most of them are home recuperating because they worked very hard, and it made the day very special. I mean, we used the entire campus. It was amazing. So we know what our potential is, right? Yeah, so let's start living into it. Okay? So now we'll do what we normally do. I will have you recite our community core value affirmation for today with me. Someone started early. Here we go. Ready? We deepen our spiritual growth and reveal our wholeness and oneness through the spiritual practices of visioning, catching God's vision, meditation, affirmative prayer, spiritual study, giving of time, talent, and treasure, sacred service, and more. And that's because I believe that anything that we come to with a spiritual heart is a spiritual practice. So that's the more, all right? So I want to start with a sort of a quick recap of where we were last week. And just a reminder that our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, studied the world's spiritual and wisdom traditions and then synthesized all that he studied into a practical philosophy, faith, and way of life, which he described as the correlation of the laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, and the revelations of religion applied to the needs and aspirations of humankind. It's a very practical teaching, and it's a very inclusive teaching. And last week, we began exploring the essence of the science of mind and spirit with the basic principle of this teaching, which is God is all there is. There is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. And then we looked at the basic premise behind all of this, and that is there is a presence and a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. And so this week, we're going to explore the practice and the promise of the science of mind and spirit, which really teaches us how to practice and embody spiritual living so that we can actually live into our name, and each of us be a center of spiritual living so that we can all be a center for spiritual living. For this teaching to be activated in our lives and really real and visible and tangible, we must develop a practice. Ernest Holmes wrote, "One of the great difficulties in the new order of thought is that we are likely to indulge in too much theory and too little practice." So let that not be us, all right? Let's practice this and live this teaching. When we practice the principles, we engage in what we call the love and the law. Those are twin aspects of the divine creative process. Love shows the way. In our teaching symbol up here, I'm going high tech, maybe. So our teaching symbol up here in this top part That's spirit, and that's the initiation of creation. That's where the love is. And it descends into the law, the soul, the soil, if you will, seed, soil. And then it manifests, it continues its descent into form and experience right here. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Love my high tech? Okay. I love toys. So, love shows the way. The initiation of an idea or of creation shows the way, but the law makes the way possible, makes it happen. So love is the seed idea planted in the soil of the soul, the law, which is the path of unfoldment into manifestation of form and experience. Simple, right? Then why aren't you doing it? No, it is simple. It's not always easy because we get in our own way sometimes, but that's a whole other talk. So love and law helps us to let go of old ways of believing, old limiting beliefs and experiences, and to create a new thought, a new idea, a new belief, a new experience through the practice of these principles. And that's why the practice part is so important. Through love and law, we can come to know the truth, and the truth shall set us free. It gives us enormous power. So we're talking about that a little bit more. So love shows the way. It's the restoration of the truth of our being and the infinite possibility. And all of that starts, it's initiated by love. Love is the great creative impulsion. It is the setting the creative process into motion. Always starts up there, spirit, love. That's where it starts. And spirit supports us with unconditional love and gives us all that we need to awaken to our inherent wholeness and creative power. It's spirit's good pleasure to give us the kingdom of all good, the kingdom of heaven on earth, the kingdom of love. The law makes the way that the love shows possible. The law is the creative unfoldment, the creative meaning, the divine power that governs all creation through the law of mind. It's like the soil that nurtures the seed idea that we plant. So love and law enable us to move from the invisible into the visible reality. The invisible possibility becomes the visible reality in our lives through this creative process. So the love seed is, I'm going to do my toy again one more time. The love seed is planted here in spirit. Spirit descends into the soil of the soul, the law. It descends into the plant, the harvest, the form, the experience, the manifestation. And then here's a little extra for you. And then it goes back up into the no-thingness from whence it came for us to start the whole process over again. It's infinite. So keep creating, keep planting seeds in that soil. Our thought idea becomes form and experience in our lives. Way back when, St. Paul said, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind," always renewing your mind and planting new seed ideas. Ernest Holmes went on to say, "Change your thinking, change your life." So at any time, we can make a significant change by planting that seed idea and allowing it to move into form and experience. The science of mind and spirit teaches us not what to think, but how to think consciously, intentionally, constructively, powerfully, purposefully. Our thought uses the creative process, which we just saw. If we were quantum physicists, which we are sort of, same thing happens. It's the same process. There's this infinite wave of possibility that we collapse into a particular experience. And then when we're done having that experience, we let it go. It goes back into that infinite wave of possibility until we collapse it again. And so we've got two things we can do. This, right? Creative process, or we collapse the experience, because that's called the observer effect. Our very interaction with observation of that infinite possibility changes it. So we need to be conscious. It's important that we be conscious so that we're consciously creating. Through the creative process, quantum physics, observer effect. Edwards Deming wrote, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's that observer effect. We look and it changes it. Whatever we think, feel, believe into the infinite field of possibility, we move into form and experience. It's happening all the time, albeit much of the time it's happening unconsciously. And we end up with things that we're like, whoa, how did that happen? You're not off the hook. You were part of it. So thinking consciously is the way we need to go. Thinking consciously so that we are literally creating the experiences in our lives that we really want to have. Excuse me. The law automatically responds and corresponds to our thought. The science of mind and spirit offers us a spiritual toolkit of practices so that we can get really good at this. So the path of disciplines of spiritual practice are these. There's first the journey inward, which is a way of mastering the self as a way of being. Being always starts with beingness. The practices that support that journey inward are meditation, which is to be still and quiet and listen to spirit, Another practice is spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, which is simply affirming our good and continuing to commune with spirit. And another practice in the journey inward is visioning, catching spirit's vision for our lives. Then we move to the place of center. The place of center is our relationship with spirit, with self, and with others as a way of knowing, And the practices there, one is worship, not worship in the traditional sense that we may think of it, but simply worship being in awe and wonder of the creation of the universe, to know spirit and self and others and the nature of love. That's what I mean by worship. Not worshiping something outside yourself, but worshiping what is within and all around you, spirit. Appreciating it. And another practice at the place of center is study, training our mind, aligning ourselves with spiritual wisdom. So we may take classes, or we may go to a workshop, or we may learn how to do the 5 steps of prayer effectively. That would be spiritual study. Then we move to the journey outward, which is the action that arises out of our beingness as a way of doing. And the practices there start with service, acting out of our awareness of our unity and our oneness and love. Then we move to witnessing, which is simply being with each other in community through all the transformations and transitions of our lives, bearing witness to one another as we move forward and evolve. And then we move to consciously giving of our time. That's time spent in spiritual practice with spirit, and talent, giving service, giving of what blessed gifts we've been given, what talents we've been given, and our treasure, our financial treasure, to support our own community. And then finally, the last practice that I'll illustrate in the journey outward is celebration, what we're doing here, what we did here yesterday, when we come together expressing spirit in, through, and as us, as joy and gratitude. And so that's the pathway of spiritual practices. And if we do, let me caution you, sometimes early students of this teaching think you're supposed to do every possible spiritual practice every day. The first one that does that, please let me know, because I will, because the truth is not every spiritual practice zings for all of us. The trick is to practice all of them and find out which ones resonate most with you, and then make a commitment to those practices. So don't try to overwhelm yourself by doing them all, unless you plan to go live in an ashram or something, where you can actually do that. The principles and the premise and the practice of the science of mind and spirit is the promise of the science of mind and spirit. Ernest Holmes believed that the core premise of this spiritual teaching is the revelation of truth that sets us free. And Ernest Holmes wrote in the preface of the Science of Mind textbook, these lessons are dedicated to that truth which frees man from himself and sets him on the pathway of a new experience. A lot of the freeing is stripping away the layers of stuff we put in front of us to keep us from getting to the truth. And so it's really a lot about getting out of our own way, peeling away all that is not us, or the truth of us, the reality of us. And so that leads us to that place where we can apprehend and know and embrace and embody truth and live from that space. Spirit has given us the kingdom of heaven, of unlimited possibilities, heaven on earth. I do not believe it's out there, up there, anywhere, except right here, right now. Even much to the chagrin of some traditional Christians, Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is at hand and is within you right now. Blasphemy, except that's the truth. So that's the blasphemous truth, guys. So, relish in that. The kingdom of heaven is at hand and it is within you right now. What experience of heaven do you want to have? It comes from your insides out. It's in there already, okay? So open up, peel away the layers so that you can get at it, all right? So the blessings endowed to us by Spirit and the freedom for our highest self to soar is without limitation, and that is the promise. We're the ones who slap limitations on us. We slap on limitations that don't even actually exist, and nobody even told you they exist. Somehow we just own them somehow. I don't even know how that happens, and don't think that I don't do it too. I do. But we somehow bring limitations to ourselves and put roadblocks in our way that are absolutely phantoms. They're nothing. They are no thing. So stop pretending that they are. Just let them vaporize so that you can move forward into that truth that sets you free, that truth of infinite possibility. We can do anything if we believe. If we believe. From our Science of Mind Declaration of Principles, commonly known as What We Believe in the direct revelation of truth through the intuitive and spiritual nature of the individual, and that all persons may become revealers of truth who live in close contact with the indwelling God. So spend time with Spirit. Have a spiritual practice that keeps you connected and in alignment with Spirit. And you will be a revealer of truth. You already are. But we allow things to get in our way. Let them go. Purge. Declutter. Whatever you want to call it. Get rid of that stuff. It does not serve. Our direct personal relationship with Spirit and with truth is the promise of this teaching. Emerson said, get rid of your secondhand gods. You must have your own experience of Spirit. You must have your own relationship, right? And Ernest Holmes later said, this teaching is my revelation. You must have your own. If this can help you to get there, great. But you must have ultimately your own relationship with Spirit and your own revelation of Spirit, your own revelation of truth. And Ernest Holmes went on to say, don't listen to me, listen to who I listen to. And I would say, don't listen to me either. Listen to who I listen to. And that's the value and the beauty of a spiritual practice. You will hear, you will know Spirit in your soul and in your mind. As we nurture our relationship with Spirit, we unleash power and possibility beyond what we believe much of the time. The entire universe of divine promise opens up and unfolds for and in and through and as us if we allow it, if we clear the space. And spiritual practice helps us to do that. Ernest Holmes went on to say, evolution is an awakening of consciousness to the spiritual essence which is already within us, pushing out for self-expression, so that the infinite may delight, this is important, really listen to this, so that the infinite may delight itself in everything that it does and see in each of us that which it knows itself to be. Spirit sees spirit in us. Spirit sees itself in us. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could see that way? And the reality is we can. See with the eye, the heart of spirit. When you look in the mirror and when you look at another person, see with that heart and soul and infinite knowing of spirit, and you'll be looking at spirit. Imagine the power in that. We're a reflection of, an expression of, an emanation of the one Spirit, each and all of us. Ernest Holmes went on to say that your outward search for God culminates in the greatest of all possible discoveries, the finding of Him at the center of your own being. You know, when you leave here today, go home and look in the mirror with the eyes of Spirit and look and see that Spirit is looking back at you, that Spirit is in you. It's not out there somewhere, it's in you, waiting to be fully expressed. And that's where Spirit needs us. Spirit needs us to be expressed in human form, in earthly experience. So we're an important partner in this equation of Spirit expressing. We're all called home to oneness with Spirit, I believe. And when we answer the call, we awaken to the promise of a Spirit, and we remember our oneness with Spirit. We remember the truth and the fullness of our own being. Activate this fullness of being through full self-expression. Don't hold back. I mean, why would you? Don't hold back. Do not hold. How many times can I say this? We'll find out. Do not hold back. What are you waiting for? Why would you wait? You know, if nothing else, yesterday, what I got so clearly from Lady Gloria's life was that she never let a minute go by that was not empowered with the full expression of her being. And man, my hat's off to her. You know, don't wait and say, well, I'll get to that later. Oh, I'll save that for later. You know what? What if later didn't come? Do it now. Fully express yourself now. All those things you're putting off on your bucket list, bullshit. Oh, whoops. Could you... I was possessed for a second. Can you erase that? Don't wait. Don't wait. You know, I'll give you an example. Yesterday morning, my best friend called and said, hey, I've got this great opportunity for us to go to Findhorn in Scotland. Findhorn is this just profound spiritual community that I've always wanted to go to. And this is a great retreat with these great people who are going to be there. And I was like, well, okay, let me think of it. I got a busy day. I can't deal with it now. I don't know. I got to think this through, blah, blah, blah. The moment that service was done yesterday, I went into the stairwell, grabbed my phone, texted my friend and said, let's do it. Because I thought, what are you waiting for, Suzi? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Whatever you're waiting for, stop waiting. Just do it. Amen. All right? Just do it. Because if it wasn't in you, tugging and pulling at you, it would not be something that even showed up for you. So if it's tugging at you, if it's in your mind, if it's in your heart, it's meant for you to fulfill it. So do that. Do that. That's what this is about. That's the promise, to really pay attention to what is the call in any moment. And don't wait till the next moment. Do it now. Do it now. Be the promise. Create a better world, a world that works for all. Be a part of that, because with God, all things are possible, and this truth sets us free. So do it, because it's possible. If it pops up in you, it's possible, and it's calling to you, and it will not let you go. Reverend Dr. Roger Teal, a colleague of mine, said, "Spiritual truth sets us free to be, to do, and to have all that our highest vision can embrace." Get the biggest vision you can, and then fulfill it. And I want to close with something that I found somewhere. I'm not even sure where. It says, "Don't speak to me about your religion. First, show it to me in how you treat other people. Don't tell me how much you love your God. Show me in how much you love all God's children. Don't preach to me your passion for your faith. Teach me through your compassion for your neighbors. In the end, I'm not as interested in what you have to tell or sell as I am in how you choose to live and give." That actually was written by Cory Booker. I think I'm going to vote for him. Long and short of it is, if something's bubbling up in you, something's calling to you, it is the promise saying, "I'm here now. Take me in." Be the promise that is calling to you. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. Don't wait for you to do it down the road. If it's calling you, it is the promise calling you. Be the promise. Blessings on your journey with the science of mind and spirit. Embody the principles in the premise. Engage in the practices and live as the promise. And together we say, and so it is.
Well, that is a hard act to follow. I'll tell you that. Thank you. That was awesome. I needed to hear that. So I'm doing a song called "Afraid." I wrote this song as an affirmation, really, because I was realizing that the source of my fear was not, it was kind of like a spiritual amnesia. Like I thought I was alone in this ego Matt Venuti body, and it was just me, and that I'm not part of a whole. So whenever I start to feel fear come through me, I start to remember, oh, this is all just the cosmic game. I am part of the whole. Everyone is me. Whoever I don't like or I think I don't like is really me. It's all just part of me. So that's where this affirmation came from, called "Afraid." Let me know I'm not alone. I need to rest in your shade and feel your light breathe through mine. So warm my frozen heart when I'm afraid. Let me know I'm not alone. I've been feeling lost and betrayed. I've been gone so long I can't find home. So warm my frozen heart when I'm afraid. Heal my punctured heart when I'm afraid. Let me know I'm not alone in that dark and empty place. The light you shine, it guides me home. So warm my frozen heart, heal my punctured heart, hold my shaky heart
my shaky heart when I'm afraid.
Wow. Thank you, Matt. That was wonderful. So this is the opportunity we have to remind ourselves and each other and the world that we know that we live in an abundant universe with a generous God. And so I'm going to ask our prosperity acceptors to come forward, if you would, please. And I invite you on the live stream to push that button to make a donation if you feel so moved as well. I want to include you in that divine circulation of abundance and prosperity. I'm going to have you come down this way so that I can fill your baskets. We get things that come in from all kinds of different places and sources and for things that we're doing other than Sunday. So I like to put those in there. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Yes, you can applaud the boom. And so for those of you who are actually putting something in the baskets, hold that gift to your heart and infuse it with all of the qualities of spirit that most resonate with your soul so that it energizes that gift and travels and magnifies that gift and blesses others. If you've already sent yours in or you're not putting something in there, just wave your hand over so you can be part of that divine circulation and flow. And we are going to do our affirmation together. You ready? We embody God's abundance of more than enough to enjoy, to spare, and to share. There we go.
Blessings are flowing, the gift is unsealed, life is unfolding, love is revealed, with open heart and open hands, I give and receive in love. Blessings are flowing, the gift is unsealed, life is unfolding, love is revealed, with open heart and open hands, I give and receive in love. Blessings are flowing, the gift is unsealed, life is unfolding, love is revealed, with open heart and open hands, I give and receive in love. I give and receive in love.
And so we are grateful for all that has been given so that it might bless the work that we do here, so that we might bless others. And so we know that we are in that divine flow of prosperity and abundance of every nature. And for this, we are truly grateful. And together we say, and so it is. There you go. Thank you. And do we have anybody here for a first-time visit? Any guests for a first-time visit? Yay, in the back. All right, welcome. Welcome. We appreciate you being here. You've had a chance to test drive us and see we're just a little bit crazy, but it's a good kind of crazy. And our greeter there has a little blue card. If you would be so kind as to fill that out. We promise not to harass you, but we will inform you because we do lots of other things besides what you experienced here today. So hope you'll fill that out. Give it back to the greeters on the way through the lobby. I just want to let you know, too, I'll let you know at this point, we have a huge abundance of food over there. Really yummy, yummy, yummy food. So you're going to want to go in there and partake of some of it, and you're probably going to want to take some home because there's that much, all right? So just talk to the folks over there, and they'll pack some up for you after you've eaten here. And there's also, I'm going to go out of order here just a second. Sorry, slide guy. It's also birthday Sunday. So who has a birthday this month? Anybody? Come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Woo! So we have birthday cupcakes, so you have your own private cake. So that's over there. That's after you've eaten all the massive amounts of quantities of food that we have over there. So look at these beautiful souls. Take their pictures. Yay. Okay. Happy birthday. And now I'll mess you up again. There we go. We have a tradition here. We read letters to God from children. This one's from Nora. She says, "Dear God, I don't ever feel alone since I found out about you." All right. So that's a wise woman right there. A Wonder Woman, I suspect, of cosmic frequency. So, but we do have a tradition, whether we have kids in the room or not. We know that there's a child inside of each of one of you, and there are children out there in the world that we are going to bless right now. Are you ready? And we changed the word at the end. Notice that, please. We love you. We bless you. And we know you are divine. Yay. Thank you. I got that suggestion, and I thought, geez, why didn't we think of that, right? Because, as a perfectionist myself, I know that being told that you're perfect is like, oh, man, I got to get to work, So thank you for that. But to know we're divine, how cool is that, right? Yeah, I love it. So it only took, 25 years to 30 years or whatever to figure that out. And about the same time that we figured out that they don't need to bring me all of those heavy baskets to hold after the offering, they now bring it only in one. So it only took us 28 to 30 years to do that. It's great, we're evolving. I can't wait to see what's next that we've been doing for 30 years. All right, let's see, what am I missing here? Oh, the prayer practitioners. Prayer practitioners, come forward, please. Wow. Yeah, I'm not there yet. Wait, I haven't made a mistake yet. Okay, well, actually, I did make a big blooper earlier, but oh well. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, I was possessed. I was possessed. Okay, so these are our prayer practitioners today. They're available to you immediately following the celebration for a 1-minute miracle because they can know the truth with and for you for a greater possibility in your life, right like that, because they have studied for a number of years to become proficient at the power and the practice of affirmative prayer. So they're available to you. They're also available to you for private appointments, or quarterly we do spiritual tune-ups, which everybody's invited to, and we'll talk more about that later. Let's thank them for their service. Yay. Okay, so now we're going to do the March affirmation. You ready? Here we go. I practice the presence of Spirit. I embody the presence of Spirit. I am the presence of Spirit on earth. And now we sing.
1, 2, 3.
taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain. Taking one small step gets me closer to my goal. One small step instead of looking at the mountain, and it won't seem like I've got so far to go. I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain. Taking one small step gets me closer to my goal. One small step instead of looking at the mountain, then it won't seem like I've got so far to go. I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain. Taking one small step gets me closer to my goal. One small step instead of looking at the mountain, then it won't seem like I've got so far to go. Then it won't seem like I've got so far to go. Then it won't seem like I've got so far to go.
One. Good afternoon, 4.